All right, y'all. I tried to answer this question before and then realized that I was using the wrong camera. And so none of what I said was recorded. Anyway, let's jump right into this. The question that we're answering today is what is the one thing that, regardless of the position that I'm after, and regardless of the position that I already currently hold, or regardless of the brand that I'm trying to build, the maybe entrepreneurial brand that I'm trying to build on the side, what is the one thing that must be found regardless in any professional situation? And I think that thing is, and I think you would agree with me, that thing is customer service. And that might seem simple, but a lot of us, as we get into our routine, customer service begins to go out of the window. And because we get comfortable, it's easy for us to say, hey, we know the job or what have you. We know the people on the job. Now we can approach the job in any which way that we want to, forgetting that, at the end of the day, we represent a company. And at the end of the day, we represent ourselves. Okay. And people take notice of these different things. And so, customer service really comes all the way down to what is my attitude and what is my disposition toward the people that my service or my product is for. Okay. And even for those of you who feel like, oh, well, we don't really have customers, trust me, in some way, shape, or form, every single job, especially if you're getting paid for it, has a customer or has an audience or has somebody who benefits from the work that you do. But the thing about it is, you if you want to benefit in return, then you have to approach the job with the right disposition. If you want to move up in the company and be or be able to utilize your company as a reference if you're transferring over to another company, then we have to check ourselves and ask ourselves whether or not we've had the right disposition while on the job. Yes, our skills can carry us far, but man, it's another level when somebody feels like the customer service that you give along with the work that you do is just off the charts. This is why, again, I've said in the past that Chick Fil A understands that their brand is not just chicken. Their brand is all about my pleasure. All right. So what they're going to do is make sure that every single employee is intentional about saying my pleasure. Why? Because they are interested in you seeing their brand as the one that is going to give you the best and most respectful experience, and they're going to treat you the best. Matter of fact, in that in the podcast taping, NPR podcast taping called "How I Built This" that I went to last week with my boy Donnie. One of the things that the guy, his name is Tristan Walker, who started the company, which some of you, especially black men, might know about, is this company called Bevel. One of the things that he talked about was his intention has always been, through while he was building that brand up to what it is now today. One of his intentions was always, in all the work that he always did, was to treat the customer the way that they deserve. And he was especially talking about black customers, because black customers, he felt like, had always been kind of a secondary thought or an afterthought. People didn't think that, as far as skincare, that there was a need to address. They didn't think that the problems that black people had with things like shaving, and razor bumps was a real issue. And so they missed out on that whole part of the market. And lo and behold, though, because he did care about serving that group, he was able to build a multi-million-dollar business targeted to solve that problem. Okay, so again, you got to infuse, and I'm talking about this because I had two customer service experiences over the past 2 days where the individuals weren't bad or anything like that, but very lackluster. And what I know is that, at least if you're going to be lackluster in your customer service, you better be like the best person out there at what you do. Okay? But when you're lackluster in your customer service and your your product or service is lackluster in terms of how it solves my problem as well, then I don't feel the need to really come back to you and put money back into your pocket. But now, you know what, who I will work with though? The person who has great customer service and I feel like they do care about meeting my need, and maybe they're not the greatest at what they do, but their attitude is the best. I'll continue working with that person. Why? Because I feel like that person is interested in me, and somebody who's interested in serving the customer probably is also interested in getting better at growing within what they do as well. So, long and short of it is, don't forget, for those of you who have been working in your careers for a while, and you know your attitude may not have been what it used to be when you first got in a job. You were grateful that you had the job, all this kind of stuff, and now all of a sudden you've had the job for a while now. You want to move on to somewhere else. Cool, that's understood. We all go through that, but don't let your customer service fall by the wayside even during those times, right? Because you don't even know who's watching and how that, if you just have the right customer service, that could be setting you up for success later on as well. And for those of you, young adults or recent college grads or high school kids about to jump into the workforce or about to go to college for the first time, if you learn from now to operate with the customer service mindset in everything that you do, oh man, I think that you will position yourself to achieve career success faster, than many of your peers. And on top of that, if you can have that mindset as well at the job, and then also make sure that you're allowing the customer service mindset to transfer to the home. I can't even talk properly today. If you're allowing the customer service mindset to transfer home, where you're serving the individuals in your household as well, man, I'm telling you, man, like, people will love you. All right. So yeah, man, just wanted to share that with y'all in hopes that that will help you all. It is a tactic, believe it or not, for your success. So anyway, average is failure. Don't have an average customer service attitude. Peace.